Good morning, y'all. This morning, we're going to make some bacon in the oven. I prefer bacon in the oven. It's cleaner, it's neater. It cooks the bacon more evenly, at least in my opinion. But there are a couple of things you need to do to ensure that your bacon does not shoot grease all over your oven, which none of us want to clean up. I don't know about y'all, but I hand wash all of my dishes. I do not have a dishwasher. I don't like dishwashers. I used to have one years ago, and I just felt like my stuff didn't get clean. I feel better scrubbing it myself. So, first thing you need a pan. It's got at least, half-inch deep sides. You want to make sure your sides come up. Then you want to take that pan and cover it in tinfoil. Just make sure you got enough to flip over the sides, and this will make for easier cleanup. But also, and this is important to keep your bacon grease from shooting all over your oven, you want a piece of parchment paper. And you want to make sure that your parchment paper will fit down in here, into your pan. Now, my parchment paper is wider than my pan, so I just trimmed it a little bit. Just a little bit, half-inch or so off the side. And then, obviously, you need the bacon. Okay, so now if you're going to use regular bacon, it'll take 10 to 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. Now, also having said this, if you're only making 2 to 3 pieces of bacon, you might as well just use a frying pan. But I'm going to cook this entire pack, which is 1 pound, 454 grams of thick sliced bacon, which means this is going to take a little bit longer, somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. We're just going to keep our eye on it. Now, when you're getting your bacon out of your pack, you don't want to stretch it. You just want to pick it up by the end and just kind of roll it. Just roll it up. This ensures, one, that your bacon's not stretched out, which means it will cook at a much faster pace than the rest of it. And if you don't stretch it out, it will actually fit into your pan. So this bacon is going to serve 4 purposes for us. 1, for our breakfast. 2, for BLT we're going to have later. And then we're also going to use the grease in several things, including biscuits and green beans and mixed greens. Nothing tops bacon grease or bacon flavor in your biscuits, your mixed greens, or your green beans. At least not for me. Also important, when you're putting the bacon in here, you don't want them touching. They will stick together if they're touching. Now, normally I would spread these out further, but this is a smaller pan, and so I can already tell I'm not going to be able to get it all in here, but that's fine. We'll just cook as much as will fit in here. We can cook the rest in the second batch. Rolled it up, keep from stretching it, lay it out flat, and it fits perfectly. Okay, so we actually only managed to get half of this pack of bacon in here. I still have another 7 or 8 pieces right there, so, but that's fine. I'll just get another pan. Sorry, I keep hitting this tripod, if that's what you want to call it. Okay, we got all our bacon laid out. Nothing is touching. This is how you keep the grease from shooting all over your oven. Oh, Also, you do not want to use, a lot of people want to use that little bait rack that comes with this pan. If you want to do that, you can, but it sticks to the bait rack. It's hard to get out, and it's just not necessary. And then it's also harder to cover up. You're still going to get grease everywhere. So just make sure you got a, you know, 1/2 inch deep pan. Make sure your bacon is not touching. Make sure you put foil on the bottom. And you're going to take the piece of parchment paper and you're just going to put it right across your bacon. You want to press it down just a little bit to make sure it doesn't, you know, blow off. Make sure it's actually covering the bacon too. Everything's touching. Bacon's nicely covered up. Now we're going to put this into a 350 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius degree oven. Cold. I'm not going to turn the oven on until I put the bacon in there. And then, like I said, it will take 20 to 30 minutes. You just want the oven and the bacon to warm up at the same time. This ensures all your bacon cooks evenly. Now, when I say it's going to take 20 to 30 minutes, again, that's because it's thick bacon, number one. And two, that's because I like my bacon done all the way down and crunchy. I know a lot of people like it, you know, crunchy with some chewy. I don't like the chewy stuff. So if you like the chewy stuff, just keep an eye on it, you know, and you can take it out when it's cooked to your liking. Now, I will check it about 15 minutes just to see if I need to flip the bacon over. Sometimes it just does not want to cook on both sides. Other times it cooks perfectly top and bottom at the same time. So I'm going to get this in the oven, again, 350. We'll check it at 15 minutes and see what's going on then. So I'll be back. So we're at the 20-minute mark. I just took it out and flipped it all over. It's going to stay in there probably somewhere between 5 and 10 more minutes to get it completely crispy. It kind of looks crispy on film, but it's not. You can see it's still chewy and it's still pretty light colored. So we want it crispy. But you see how easy that's cooking up? And my oven is still in one piece, not with a ton of grease in it. So 5 to 10 more minutes and she'll be back. Okay, y'all, I'm grabbing the bacon out of the oven. Very hot at the moment. Make sure I don't touch it. Got us a plate. And there we go. Mess-free oven cooked bacon. That's perfect every time. Now you could use tongs if you prefer. This bacon is absolutely perfect. Perfect. Let's move this out of the way. Sort of out of the way so we can get it out of the pan. Perfect, crispy, no mess. There a little bit. I should have turned them all straight up and down, but that's all right. over. Okay. Now, I would also take a piece, or take a paper towel. Just kind of pat some of the grease off the top of them, especially if you're about to eat any of it, which I am. Whew. Hot, hot, hot. Perfectly cooked all the way through. Crunchy. Oh God, that's so good. Every time. And most importantly, your oven is not messy. It's very important that you take that piece of parchment paper and make sure it fits inside that pan. If it's sticking up on the sides, grease is going to go splashing out everywhere. I found that out the hard way. So if your parchment paper is like mine, or your pan is a little bit small like mine, just take the extra 5 seconds and cut the little edge off your parchment so it fits on top of your bacon perfectly. Cannot go wrong with this bacon. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. And also, because most Southerners love our bacon grease and stuff, we got a pan of liquid gold here that we're going to pour up and use for several different things. But the reason I went ahead and cooked the whole pack, you can cook this all, you can put it in the freezer. In fact, you could leave it on this plate, make sure each piece is separated, stick it in your freezer for, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes. Just give it like a par freeze to make sure none of this will stick together. Put it in a Ziploc bag. And then whenever you need bacon, just grab you a few pieces out, stick them in the microwave for 10 seconds or something, warming them back up. You still will have perfectly crispy bacon. The best part is you don't have to do anything. Put this on your pan, throw it in the oven. The oven does all the work for you. And you will always have perfect bacon without making a mess of your stove, without making a mess of the inside of your oven. You could, you're going to place your bacon on top of tin foil. You could probably cover it with tin foil too. I've just never tried it. I've just always used parchment paper. I know parchment paper works. And then also, my parchment paper is compostable. So, anyway, oven cooked bacon. Crispy without making a mess of your oven. Now then, we're going to go fry us an egg and make us some toast so we can have an egg, cheese, and bacon toasted sandwich for breakfast. Almost forgot to show you how easy this cleans up. Take the edge of your tin foil, peel it right off your pan. Fold it right up into a ball. You're going to have a tiny bit of grease in the pan, but it still cleans up easily. I'll wash that off, and that's it. Simple as that. And here is our liquid gold. That's the bacon grease that I poured up out of the pan. And I will use this in many different things. You just can't beat this flavor, especially in homemade biscuits. And green beans. And greens. It's, it's bacon after all. Who doesn't want that flavor in pretty much everything they eat? Okay, now we're going to go make our breakfast. So for our breakfast sandwich, 1 little tablespoon of butter. We're going to fry our egg in that. And then for our sandwich, I'll put a piece of cheese on one side, butter on the other. I'm going to stick this in the oven on broil and then fry our egg. For our egg, since this is going on a sandwich, I wanted my yellow busted, so I just stuck a knife in it. When this starts to look like it's getting whiter, so more cooked, then I'll just flip it over. But I'm trying to keep it in a small, compact little part of the pan so it fits nicely onto my toast. Here's our toast, buttered side, cheese side. Flipped my egg over. I even turned the heat off. Another, I don't know, a minute at the most, and this will be ready. And then we'll assemble our sandwich. Here we go, y'all. Cheese side down. Here's our egg. Add some bacon. Oh, you hear that? Snaps right in half. Here's our top. It's the buttered side. And a knife. Oh, no, you must go back. Egg, cheese, bacon. Ooh, that is hot. Mm. Mm. Oh my goodness. I haven't had any bacon for quite some time. Just honestly, I can't afford it. It's too expensive. This is so good. So worth the wait. My problem will be keeping myself from sitting here and eating every one of those pieces of bacon. Because I will. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. If you love bacon as much as most Southerners do, sorry. That is so good. Just get you a couple of bake pans, put one on the top of your top rack, one on the bottom rack, and say after 10 minutes you can swap them, especially if you're cooking thick cut bacon. This actually ended up taking right at 40 minutes, and that was with it on the bottom rack at 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius. I did flip this over at about the 20-minute mark. I flipped them over. They didn't really need it. They looked like they were cooking the same on each side, but I flipped it over anyway, just to be safe. But this is an easy way to cook up all your bacon at once. You can put some in the fridge if you're going to make something later, like I am. I'm waiting on this Abe Lincoln to finish ripening so I can have a big fat BLT. And then, like I said, the liquid gold will be used for many, many, many things. And then if there's any bacon left, I'm just going to sit there and eat it because I love it. So, mess-free oven-cooked bacon and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich for breakfast. Can't beat it. It's filling, packed with protein, and it's just delicious, most importantly. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time.